Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. You know what? Yes, I'm wearing black. Yes. You know why? We're in mourning for the world. We're going to talk about a lot of things that's happening all over. I mean, everywhere. And I'm sure that you can add something to the mourning. The country's in bad shape. The world's in bad shape. The storm's in bad shape. Everything has happened. I mean, everything has happened in the last 4 months. It's just devastating when you see people, all the storms that we've had. You see people without basic things, you know. We don't think about those things, you know. But it's time we thought about it. So, hey, for the next, I said 6 months, we're going to talk about the things that we're in mourning for. Some of you in mourning for loved ones, some in mourning for your children, some of you mourning about your jobs. You know what I mean? You're not happy with situations on your jobs. And speaking of jobs, the things that's really happening now is a lot of people are losing their jobs. I mean, you don't you don't hear much about them. You know, they just go down and sign in, get the check, and you know, try to find something. And you find what really bothers me: the future of the world, the young people. What are they doing? They're wondering. They're wondering, what is the future of the world? When will man stop respecting each other instead of trying to use each other and use each other again? And this is happening. And this is not just one country. This is all the country. Not one except exemplary from it. The fact that the people in this world, they're doing a lot of mourning. And what I like to say is that we had to prepare for the future. And what I see, the threats of one country with bombs and all sorts of negative things, you know, sanctions and things of that nature, you know. You just you just want to say, when we're going to start caring for each other, you know. Hey, it's coming. I don't know how many of us will be around when it sinks in, you know what I mean? You got to respect your fellow man. You have to respect your fellow man. That's for everybody. I mean, every country. I mean, that is the problem that we as human beings have. But the man upstairs, we've been through a lot. Yeah, it's more to come too. But what are you going to do about it? I think in terms of the future of the country. I think in terms of young men and young women out there that are trying. And most of the young men and young women, they're good students. Most of them are excellent people. But it's always something. I always call them the gremlins. It's always something that makes it difficult to achieve. And I like to say to young people, it's going to get better. When, I don't know, but it's going to get better. But as it is now, it doesn't seem much future for young people, you know, because they're staring possibly wars. Okay, they even battling on the NFL and NBA, where you're supposed to be enjoying yourself, helping each other. But what happened, you know? You find people make something out of anything. It doesn't make any difference. They take the positiveness, and most of it comes from, like I said, my group, media. media has a tendency to thrive on negative news. Thrive if they would change their policy. Everyone don't want to hear negative news, the 6 o'clock news, the 8 o'clock news in the morning before they go to work, and the noon news. and if you analyze it and you look, you say, hey, look, uh, everything I hear about is something terrible has happened to someone somewhere. I say, why is that so entertaining? Why is negative news so entertaining? Anytime that you're stomping on somebody or walking on somebody or doing something negative, hey, news media is right there, But hey, I wonder who are they going to blame for all those tornado storms, and now they're talking about brush fires out there in California near Sacramento. You go from fire to water and then back again, and those things, the elements, man will never, never, never control. And no matter how much technology he gains, there's always a problem. There's always a problem. Sooner or later, my favorite gremlins, they can't be wiped out. We get them in the studio too. Wonder what happened. All that preparation and everything, and in walk the gremlins, and they do a job on anybody. It doesn't make any difference what network it is. They have the gremlins. So, but hey, let's in this morning thing. What is this? What can we do? We accept mourning as another way of life, just like we accept enjoyment. Oh man, give me plenty of enjoyment. I'll take a ton of it every day. But when it comes to thinking about people, sometimes you're in mourning. You may not feel it. Another person feels mourning differently because it affects them directly. Where you're reading about it in the newspaper, where a young man, his life after 21 years of struggling, he attains his goal, and in a matter of seconds, it's all over. He's annihilated. For what reason? I don't know. I don't think anyone can answer that question. But here on the Ed Brown Show, we're going to continue to mourn, I would say, for the next 6 months. Some of the things and the topics that you would like to discuss. And it's easy, to talk about the good things, but what about the people that are in the hospital now? What about the people that are suffering from different diseases? What about the people that don't have the basic things in life, like food and clothing? We think about that. Maybe if I have an extra quarter, I'll put it in the jar at the store, $1 or whatever, and then we, just go on and decide, well, this is part of life. I have to accept it. There's ups and downs. But many times we cause our own ups and downs. We don't want to take credit for that. But if we conquer the financial world, become millionaires and all, that qualifies us, and that's all we worry about, those different things. But the business world, that's another thing. Every time you look, the business world, they're making deals. You know, deals are being made for everything. There's nothing out here that a deal can't be made, and most deals take advantage of somebody else. You know, your deal is good for you but bad for me, and we don't think in terms of that. We think it's me world, you know, and that it's competition for everything. Sure, it's competition for everything, but it's not. You got to have heart. What does that say? You got to have heart sometimes, you know. But like I say, the thing that really makes me think is about the future of the young people, not just here in Prince George County, all over the world. I see their little faces smiling, and they don't understand. Hey, there's a lot of things out there most of the time that you don't like and cannot do anything about it unless you change yourself. Are we going to change ourselves? Not really. We're fairly selfish on the lines. Everybody feels that whatever they decide to do is the proper thing to do, no matter what the outcome is. But that's going to change too. So I'm just saying, as far as the storms and the fires and things of that nature, hey, this is something we deal with, but we don't deal with it equally. You know, it's according to who's under pressure. You know, man, what group, what part of town, all of that. Those are the things that we have some control of that. So we have a tendency to make sure that I'm in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be in that guy's shoes. You know, he didn't have a place to sleep last night. He didn't even have clean water. And you don't have to go to economically deprived countries. You don't have clean water here in mighty America. What is that, Flint, Michigan? There. And a basic thing, all of us here in the United States, we feel that water is a basic thing. You need it to drink, you need it to be healthy, and, you know, we take it for granted. But here, with all our assets, people in this country are suffering from basic things like clean water. Who's responsible for this? It wasn't me. I didn't run for office. I didn't vote for him. And then you come down to your responsibility. Oh, your responsibility in this democratic society is to be able to express yourself positively. You know, it's easy. Boy, it's easy to complain. That's one of the easiest things in this world. No one have any problem getting a complaint together. Oh, wow, let me at them. That's the idea. But what we have to do, we have to, especially in America here, we talk about different things, is we have to look at the world, look at our country here. It's that everyone has an equal opportunity for everything. Is no one has been designated the only group, person that has something positive to add to the development of a society that serves everybody. I said everybody, regardless of their economic standing, regardless of the color, regardless of the religion. I was amazed. I was amazed today where one country finally, they finally let the women drive cars. I won't mention the nation, but I think if you like I said, do a little homework, you know, of your own. You'll find what nation that is. They thought that was the greatest thing to allow give the women a privilege of driving a car. Here we advanced the automobile to the excuse me, to the stage of a driverless car. And we feel that some people felt that, hey, it's time to give the women of this country an equal opportunity to have an accident, an equal opportunity to drive an automobile. They have been waiting for that privilege for thousands of years. Oh, well, they didn't have automobile bills. Maybe it was ox or a horse or the carriage, whatever. But that was amazing news. I thought that this country, and this country has millions of dollars, but they always felt through some reason or the other that women could not drive a car. They didn't have the attitude. They are servants, and driving a car, you're in charge, you know. So I don't know what happened to the limousine drivers and all of that, but anyway, congratulations to the women that were given a privilege to drive a car. Mourning is something that nobody wants to have to do. In fact, my guess what happened, the grandson tore up his grandfather's car, so he couldn't be here. So, I say there's another form of this mourning that we have. Everybody has it. Hey, there's nobody out there doesn't have a mourning moment. Even if it's first thing in the morning and you didn't make it, you know, to the, I won't say latrine, to the bathroom, you know. But anyway, the idea is that we have to forgive and forget and understand that we, including myself, we are not the alpha and omega of society, regardless of what religion, our economic standard, our social standard. All those are, they were here when I got here. Social standard, economic standard. So these are something that we, you know, we get into our families and we set goals of, you know, I have a PhD and you should have one and your grandchildren should have one, and regardless of what they themselves want to contribute to society. How many out there have selected the major for your child when they were born? Hey, I'm not talking about when they got in school, when they got all A's, or either when they showed athletic ability, that you yourself have decided, because this is a tradition to, you know, if you have something in the family, it's continuation. But that continuation, sometimes you have to walk on somebody else in order to attain it. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I'm thinking of these corporations that come out with different schemes, especially the banks that come out with different schemes to get some of your money. You're in mourning because you can't afford a certain grade of clothing, automobile, whatever your priority is. You know, you say, yeah, that is my goal, and whatever it takes to get it, That's what I'm going to do. I don't mind walking on anyone. When you think of walking on, everybody think physical, but I tell you, a monetary walk is the is the hardest thing to get over. You know what I mean? When you're taken through the monetary system and somebody fleeces you out of your dream, and and then the irony of it, and then they get paid to do it. I mean, all of you have cell phones, don't you? I mean, how many offers have you had with your cell phone to get you hooked? You know, call you and say, "Hey, Alice, how you doing?" "Hey, John." They act like they have known you for 90 years, you know, and they're just giving you a casual call, you know. But it's a fleece involved in it. So you had to spend a lot of time analyzing, is this really John, or what is this deal here? I better check with my son or something. And who allows these things? It's allowed through the individuals that you vote for. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This morning goes back to voting. A lot of people are mourning the elections all over the world. You got one in Virginia. We had one here. You know, they're sorry. They're in mourning that they voted for that individual, and they didn't do their homework about this individual. Really, they just saw the icing on the cake, and they said, that looks good, you know. But it was too late after individual got in and reached in his back pocket and pulled out his own agenda, his real agenda. Have you ever asked a person running about their real agenda? Are they trying to entice you to vote for them because they are going to do positive things for you? I can't hear you. I don't think that happens. I don't think there's very few individuals that have backed, after voting for a candidate, had backed that individual 100% of their term. That individual gets into their own thing after they get into the office. Well, what about those things you promised? Oh, that was for the campaign. Oh, that's a campaign promise. You know, so now what we do, we evaluate. We evaluating the president now. He's been in 9 months. The economy still hasn't improved. He's annihilated a lot of the people in the world, not just in the United States, with no respect for individual. I mean, no respect for individual. You know, not the job. You know, some of the things that the president gets into, you know, has nothing to do. Who picks the agenda of sincerity? You know, what people down in Puerto Rico, they said, hey, look, when he's going to come down here and give us a little helping hand get through this storm here? Oh, no, priority, you know, we got to go to the hockey game or, oh, no, NFL game. but anyway, that's what it's all about. It's coming 2018 on the Ed Brown Show. We're going to be mourning about 6 months. And anyone wants to come on the show and let us know some of the things that they have been mourning for life. They can't get rid of it. Some people inherit things that they have to mourn the rest of their life. They had nothing to do with it, and that's health. Look what happened to the health plan. You know, hey, look, health. No matter what happens, if you don't have good health, money don't mean anything. You know what I mean? Because you can't do the things you want to do. So remember that the rest of this year, we got a couple months there, but the morning is on, and so what we have to do is, I think a key to that too, to improve it, is look in the mirror every morning if you can stand it. You know what I mean? And say, what am I going to do positive for someone else? No matter what. It doesn't have to be material things. It can be attitude. You know, smile. Well, sometimes smiling is tough. It's according to who you're looking at, you know. But that happens. That's part of mourning. So I'm saying, I'm going to wrap it up with, you got a couple months left in this year, and you go to the polls again. And I think what you need to do is you need to check yourself out before you check the candidate out. Are you really, really, really involved in your community, or are you just involved in yourself? We have examples of both that are occurring right now. We don't care anything about anyone else as long as we get our way. It's a human trait, so it's a difficult job because it's a human trait. This is what I have to fight, you know, that human trait deal. If I could get rid of that justification for doing things that I shouldn't be doing and knowingly doing it, and always get back to the banks that keep people and the corporations that get people in trouble all over the world, not just here, all over the world, that people have been taken by the financial system of every country. I said every country. There's no country that doesn't do that. Economically, they keep the people deprived, and in a moment of despair, to the point that they want to the point that they want to go out and harm somebody instead of helping. This has been Ed Brown. Hey, this Black is in. Mourning is in. What we want to do, we want to change some of it, but it only changes with you. See you next time. Ooh.